Everybody, welcome to the stream. Let's make sure audio is working correctly. Kind of seems like it is, so we'll see how it goes. Tripler Guy, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. This is WalterNet Games. We're playing our weekly update of Bricks Over Blocks. We've got a bunch of new updates as per the norm. I'm going to read a few of them to you. Let's see if we can see it here. We keep all our updates on Discord. You're welcome to join the Discord as well. It's in the comments. If you want to be part of the community, we're growing. Let's see our share field review. We have a lot of fixes. We've got a 25% bigger jetpack, so it's more clear when you have the jetpack. We got some of those big giant fireball bugs we had in last week's playthrough have been fixed, where the big fireballs would just stay on screen and not move. Lots of uniform power-up drop, removable bubbles, VFX, and some of the power-ups. We apply a loss of health now, sound effects, when the ball hits a hazard. Forest and cave fireballs looks a bit too similar to the main ball, so we changed the fireball color. Trying to do the infinite jump fix. Added a restart button on the pause menu with confirmation UI for quit and restart. Awesome. Video effects for repair power-up. Ooh, I'm excited. So we should have some effects when it's repairing some things on it. And then we have several level updates that we're going to check out today. So without further ado, let's hop right in and play. We're going to go into story mode. Let me see if this works. Oh yeah, so we unlocked all of our levels. I have a secret code I'm able to type in. Before we get started though, I should definitely move my image down below, which I didn't want to show that. Stop. Shoot! We'll fix it fast. Don't look at my, oh, it didn't show anything. It showed our bug fixes. Mic volume is a little low. Let's get it fixed there, Jonah. Mic volume is low. Is it possible that the background is too high? Maybe. Is that better or worse? Let me know, Jonah. Testing. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Fix my shorts. Let's do that. That's not cool. Alright, now everyone should just see the game. The game's music is still overpowering. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay, is that better? Hopefully that is a little bit better, and I will keep tweaking it, Jonah. Just let me know. Yes, better. Okay. If you think I should tweak it down a little bit lower, let me know. So one of the biggest updates was level number 40, and then we did have some levels switch around. What is this? Final level here. Our level designer is definitely going for to make some art with that. So the goo in the background is looking good. I think we still need to give it a certain look. Oh, look at this, Jonah! We found a new bug where the regular balls are just hanging out now. Or is that a pickup? What is going on with that? Okay, get some more time there. Oh yeah, we got the rocket hat. So much going on here, which I think is cool. You can definitely see the rockets now. Oh, I love how the wings come out when you fly up. That is awesome, dude. It feels really good. Okay, okay. Call me crazy, but I kind of think the fireball bug is still in effect. In fact, it's gotten worse. You can't. Oh, there. We died. Okay. I would like to be able to see the lava. Jonah says, what is happening to the fireballs? Yeah, they're definitely having issues. I love it. I love it. We got some bugs going on. This level's feeling cool. I would say to Sun, either move the camera out a little bit or lower the camera down, pan it down a little bit so that we can see the lava. I was actually having some thoughts before I started playing. Is let's be careful with the brick design of how we space them all out. Actually, I want to play that again because notice. That's what I noticed. I like how you went off grid with all of them. It's fascinating. I don't know what to think about it though. See, the cool thing is we can make decisions like this. There's that hovering ball still. Of going off grid. Because like in the editor, you have to stay on grid, which is cool. But I think this one just feels a little too busy to me. I wonder if you could recreate this whole design still staying on grid, because I bet you could. I'll bet you could. I do love that little heart above the symbol there. What is that alien symbol though? Like, fascinating, fascinating. The other thing I always wanted to do is make these level 40s feel like I'm hoping that before, you know, January we can make them feel a little bit more like a boss battle somehow. Doesn't feel like a final level though. Honestly, it does feel a little bit busy. A little too busy. I think you could still, yeah, I'm convinced you could still keep the same design. Let's tone it down a little bit. I do have the rocket boosters though. I'm gonna actually see if I can get another rocket booster and see how fast I can clean out this level. Feel like we're gonna have some cool action. Tripler guy, I thought your fireball comment was cool, but just to refresh my memory, you were talking about being able to like hit the fireballs and have them do something, right? I do think it's a good idea. I like the idea when you're developing games of turning bugs into features. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna use our look, the missiles. So, Jonah, call me crazy, but I think this level might be off. Those bricks might be pushed forward or something. I think they're missing. We're missing something. Maybe that's a problem. Is it possible that they're moved forward like on the Z-axis and that's where the problem is? Okay, let's try to smash through it. So no missiles aren't hitting the bricks. Now I'm running out of time. Got more time. I do think it's funny when you get more time and it's still, everything is still just going a mile a minute. Here's my question too, is, let me know what you think, Jonah. Like, should the fireballs and the, oh, that was cool, Jonah! I love the effect when the wrench repaired the blocks. That was rad. Our main ball is the same color now as the fireballs, which I think those are the same color as the cave. So these ones should probably be green. They should be green, and then we need to work on the material for the slime, the toxic slime. Like it should be look a little bit like lava with like some darker colors in it to make it feel different. Hit them and have them combine, and then hit the big ball to break a lot of blocks or something like that. That is a cool idea, Tripler Guy. I think we should play with that. The big ones already do have an area effect. Okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. I want to see if we're still having that bug on some of the other levels. So let's go. Let's go play. What level should we play? I'm excited. I'm excited to get our prototype of the. So for anyone watching, right here we have just a standard level select here, but we're actually going to add a little interactive map where the player can move from level to level. So I think the way we should do it is set it up to side scroll, and maybe we have it start at whatever the last level completed was. Just food for thought. Okay, let's try one of these mid cave levels. I think this is the cave. This one feels cool. Yeah, see, that's the blue to match the ocean. Those big giant balls. Like, do they feel dangerous enough? I'm not sure. So we're not having the sticky issue. I think that maybe the bricks in the factory are off grid. I think maybe they've been pushed forward or something. Oh, that's cool. I still want like a little particle effect shooting from the player to those places that are being repaired, but it's so much more readable now, Jonah. I absolutely love it. But just have a little effect like zip from you to those areas, and that on top of what you have now is awesome. It's amazing how many updates you're able to put in every week. Oh, I got hit by a fish. I still want to get the fish splashing effects in. And then I purchased a water effect that I would like to get in this level too. Background is looking great. You got that big image out of the background too, sun. It's looking really good. This is probably, the background on this one is probably my favorite of all the levels. It just feels so alive, and I wonder. Oh, actually, Zach, this is for you. I had made for another project I was working on. I had made some little AI for like for butterflies flying around. Like, I wonder if this would be cool to have like some little butterfly or some birds flying around in the background randomly. What do you think? Should we add that to it? Would that be a cool little feature? Add some movement back there. Maybe some sparks coming out of some smoke coming out of the volcano. Some subtle smoke. I know these are environmental stuff. I'm always asking Jonah to do more effects and environment type stuff, and I feel bad, but I feel bad and yet I don't, because I think we're wearing a lot of hats. Can the ball strength be upgraded, or does that go against breakout conventions? I think anything is possible, Tripler Guy. Another bug we found. Oh, there's the brick. Oh my gosh. I swear I'm not colorblind, but I could not see it. So this background, see, son, if you're watching right now, we need to move that background over. Zach had made some pieces so it feels like it's encapsulated, because when the camera zooms in you can see that there's nothing really back there. We've got to work on that. Jonah says I've looked into level 40. Yep, so they're not on the same. Yeah, so they're off grid. That's why I think I'm willing to bet that is where all of our fireball problems are happening. is that on those levels where we're seeing it, it's because the bricks are off grid. So that's that's something for Sun to fix this week. And probably want to fix those before we submit a build. The good news is I think those are easy enough fixes. Here's what I think we need to do next, team. I think we need some streamers or someone. We need more playtesting on all the levels. Trying to figure out the best way to do that, because we do need to give individual feedback for each level at this point in the game, so that we can just really solidify these 40. And then if we want to make new levels after that to add to updates, we can. So we, even if we called the game finished, we could add those updates, those new levels. I've been playing a game called Township. I don't know if you've all heard about it. It's a mobile game, but it's been around forever. And they have this match 3 version of it. And it has got, you know, thousands of match 3 levels in it. And I'm always like, what could they possibly add? But they keep adding new like gimmicks or features to them. And they'll keep one of those gimmicks for each level. Like they rarely do they add more than 2 or 3 of those gimmicks. I kind of think that's what we need, but what that means is we can complete the game and say that the game is done. It doesn't mean that we can't do updates for it as bonuses for the people who bought it, even after the game is complete. Right? So we could take it out of early access and then fix some stuff. What that means is we want these 40 levels to be completed. And I would also like to point out that we have the forest background, the sidewalls now. And I really like it. I really like it. It doesn't feel like a desert anymore. But what it means is we can add more levels. So I'm looking at like playthrough videos, some of the really difficult ones on that match 3 game. And they're from like 6-10 years ago, and they're the same level. So they don't change them. Once you get those 40 in and you release the game, you keep those all the same, and then you can update levels later. This feels like the bricks, once again, I would like to see a little bit more space on the left and right, like right there, to get the ball up in the side. Feels a little bit heavy. I love these, the kind of pixel art the Sun's been making, though. Okay, what if you hollowed out the green? I think get rid of the green pieces. And so the center of the whole thing is hollow. So you're trying, and you could keep the multi-ball pieces and maybe even the yellow eyeballs, but hollow it out so it feels like you're trying to break inside of it to then get off the chain reactions. So think of all the levels in 2 ways. What's a way you could get your ball up there so that it will like cause fun moments of chaos and pandemonium? Sometimes when you just have like you've just filled up the whole scene with blocks like this, it's more of just digging out of a massive hole and not really getting those chain reactions you kind of want. Because when the multi-ball hits one of those multi-balls, you want kind of this cascade effect. So I think actually removing all the green health block bricks would improve this level. And then think about this bottom. I like the little rolling hill design of this. But think about how it might be kind of polished and unified a little bit more. So that it kind of would have like some support piece going down to the water and that kind of thing. So just some minor adjustments, and we could always suggest some new block pieces to help unify the level. One of the things I always wanted was like some little trees and some trees and props that are breakable for the block section. but we never really got to the point to add those in the development process. But I don't think that's something we is out of the realm of possibility of adding back in. The original, oh dude, those are the air effects. The original design had some of those. Plasma Ants, thanks for subscribing. Now I'm hosed. Unless I can get... So now my goal is to get one of those wrenches. I love that I can still make that jump, and now these fish are just harassing me. See, this is cool. So we can start to get like some cascade effects a little bit. Come on, save the ball. Save the ball. Wah! Whoa, we couldn't make it. Oh no, we're in troubles now. We're in troubles now. Don't let those big ones hit. Okay, there we go. Hit a multi. There we go. So that makes this level very hard and awesome. Okay, see, we have the new change in where if your ball hits the ground, you die, which is awesome. Is there any way I can beat this level? Is there any possible way I missed it? Nope. Triple Guy says, I tried playing Arkanoid the other day on NSO. The ball was painfully slow. No Man's Sky updates every few months. It's nuts how much content they've added. Yeah, so I like the idea as a game developer of continuing to make updates. And that's probably not what the players want. They want to see this consistent finished thing. But I like the idea, and I think we can do this more as indie developers. Whereas AAA, like the studios I've worked for, you have a ship date, and that's kind of it, and then they need to move on to the next project that's going to make the team a lot of money so they can keep hiring everybody and move on to the next thing. Well, I think those days are changing. Like, even look at like Schedule 1 and a lot of the indie games. And even Fortnite as a whole is still making updates and changes all the time. It's out of beta. I mean, it's the same thing. They're adding new features and stuff all the time. Every game does. But those are the kind of games I want to make. I want to have an idea and be able to update it without saying it's a sequel or a brand new game or making people buy a new game. And I think as indie developers nowadays, we could do that because, at least with my team, is I don't want to have the overhead of a massive corporation. My goal has always been to have 4 or 5 people on my team that I really like, enjoy working with, who also love making games and will come in and put the work in, and then we could make games that we want to work on, and we could be working on more than one at a time, potentially. And so that you could kind of listen. There's something weird going on here. The ball is hitting. It feels like it's hitting something else. There's that fish. That dirty little fish. We've got to play around with that fish and give it some more character. I think we could slow it down. Slow down the fish. And then we need some effects on it. We need some glub glub sounds. Some splashing sounds. And like when it hits you, it should like squirt out some water bubbles and some splash. Maybe water droplets hit the screen. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with this whole talk, but I've just been thinking a lot about lately about life in general and how I want to structure a team. Are there any genres you're interested in making a game for? There are. There's another game I've started on, but I can't talk about it, and it's a completely different genre. And I'm sworn to secrecy, so I won't be talking about it. But I'm really excited. I wish I could, but I've been doing some prototyping, and it's gonna be my dream game. It's gonna be my dream game. All right, we're gonna test this out for a few minutes. So it sounds like we've found some pretty good bugs, but I think we've also found the solutions on how to fix them. What's with that little Jonah? What's with that little one just kind of slowly moving upwards though? That's so weird. I almost, to your point with Arkanoid, I would like to hear everyone in the chat. This is where the time is almost up, so the ball has really sped up. But what do you think about the ball speed in general? Is it too fast? Could we slow it down? What kind of like power-ups would you like to see? I know Triple Guy mentioned combining a couple of the shards to make a bigger shard. I do think that's a great idea. And something like that would make more sense to the large shards we have. Maybe we even adjust that whole mechanic with the large shards to happen more often, but have them be an effect of maybe when two of those smaller fireballs come into proximity of each other, they merge into one big one. Triple Guy says, man, that ball went hyper. Let's get out of that one. Really cool, really cool. Dun, 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 dun. My toddler's probably gonna bust in here in just a minute. All right, here we go. Which one, if Jonah, if you're still watching, which ones would you like to see played? Let's play a minute of, actually, while we're here, let's show everybody the creative mode again, just to test it out. Love the creative mode. I don't think any work has been done on it this week. I would like to see the transparent boxes maybe being a little more transparent too. Maybe if they're at 50%, maybe 25% more transparent, so they're even lighter on the screen. I don't think they need to be that heavy. But let's put some bricks out. I love how intuitive it is. You hold the button down and you can just move around. Make some shapes. So fun. So fun. Then we need to find a way to use like sound waves, I guess, maybe. And then at the top, let's put how do we do this? A multi-ball brick. The top, oops. There's a delete. Let's check out the delete. How do you delete? Brick type, heart brick, jetpack brick, repair brick, rocket brick, time brick, roulette brick. How do we delete? How do we delete? Preview, save and play. I don't have a bottom. No, don't do that. So we need to add some blocks. Triple Guy says, one thing that frustrated me in Arkanoid is I couldn't find a way to get the ball out of some movement patterns or control its speed with the different actions. I'm wondering, Plasmarance, how are you doing? Plasmarance asks, yo bro, what are you playing? This is a game called Bricks Over Blocks that my team and I have been developing for the past year. It's a brick breaker meets platformer. And this, what you're seeing right now, is the creative mode, where you can build your own levels. But Triple Guy, I was just thinking, what is underneath me now? This isn't what I made. This is the interesting. We found another bug. This is the game I made last time, Jonah. This is the level I made. That's the level I made for the live stream last week. So I hit save and preview. So we found a bug. This is great. This is new. This is just coming in. There was time I found myself wishing I could pause the ball and change directions. That is fascinating. I wonder. See, here's what I would like. Here's what's coming into my mind, Tripler Guy, just thinking about that. Is having things that would affect the ball pattern that you could kind of fire up. What if you could fire up like a little kind of smoke cloud that maybe would slow the ball down when it enters it? What if it had like some time dilation? One of the levels had like little time dilation things that slowed or sped up, or chevrons, right? Little arrows that when it entered that, it shot off in a specific direction you want it to. I think we could play around with some of that. I mean, the options that we could add to this are like limitless. I would like to make some levels where you can continue to ascend. Like once you smash out all the bricks, some platforms fall down, and then you hop your way up to the next level, and there were things you could pick up along the way. Jonah says, sorry about that. I started working on the save slots. It's only taken the first save file. Dude, you're all good, Jonah. You're all good. You're all good. This is why we play through it all. Triple Guy says, that sounds neat. No, that... If only we could get more people to buy the game and leave reviews, we could continue to work on it. And it is what it is. I think the game is awesome. My team thinks the game is awesome. And what I've always heard is how to be successful on Steam is just to make an amazing game. And I feel like we have, or it has the potential to be great. But I worry that we didn't handle things correctly. We didn't have the experience. And the team wasn't set up to do, I think, what we need. We know now to do when releasing a game on Steam. So, would I change anything we've done? Sure. But based on the knowledge that I had on the time, I think we did the right thing. So going forward, it could be that it's somehow it gets noticed or picked up by a live streamer or something. Absolutely. I do think we need some little hook to it. Some additional payoff for each level. A reason to 100% the game. Or to get through it. Some way to do co-op would help, but I don't know what that extra something is. But that's what it needs. And it doesn't have to be difficult. And maybe it doesn't. Because if you look at games like... the fruit drop game? I forget what it's called. The watermelon game, I think is what they called it. Your goal is just to get a watermelon in that box. So what is our goal on this game? It's obviously to destroy all the bricks and 100% complete the game. I think if we did have an antagonist and we felt like we were defeating somebody or had a purpose as Blocky, that would help. But I just don't know. See, the orange on this ball looks darker now, which I think is great. Why did it look so yellow on the other levels? I mean, look how cool Blocky is, flying up and around. I think if we did something... If we could do something where we had just thousands and thousands of levels and we could ramp up the difficulty, make it seem more difficult to go up, I think we could nail it. It was my first time making this kind of a game. I'm really proud of it. I don't know. Breakout is pretty niche as it is. Yeah, it is. We did add Steam achievements this week, and I haven't checked our Steam to see how well we're doing. Some of the things that I think would be fun is low-hanging fruits for like these endless modes would be a universal leaderboard. And if we had a way at WalterNet Games to shout out the weekly winners or something like that. We did have some ideas as a group to turn these games into a mini game in a much bigger game, which I think that would be a hit. But we'll see. I think it's going to help when we just finish our vision, which is having I'm getting distracted, which is having the mini map mode and giving it more of a progression. I think that'll be a huge help, and I think that's something I want the team to focus on this week, is that mini map, so you feel like you're progressing. Right now you can just flip through your levels, but it doesn't really feel like progressing. But I do think the mini map will fix that. The delete uncreated mode is set to the right. Yeah, I missed it for some reason, Jonah. Didn't see it. The creative mode is feeling really slick, though. I think it's something we can continue to iterate on as well. I have some ideas too, Jonah. I think I want to play with. Maybe we'll talk about them this week. Is why don't we toy around once? I'm not going to make you work on it, so maybe I'll do it myself. But I want to toy around with making some different shaped levels. A longer, narrow one that if we had some platforms come in and you could make your way up to another section. What if we have one that feels a little bit more like a platformer? Some on-off switches, like what if I could get what if we had like little areas that the ball could get trapped in and you could close the door on it? So it's bouncing inside it, and then you could take care of some business and then release it from its cage with like an on-off switch type thing. That sounds fun. And that's my favorite part of game development, is that prototyping, building out new scenarios part. We just need to get to where we're just having fun. The polishing part is the tedious part that is necessary, but not as fun. Some mini games that alter the game. I think that is a genius idea. Tripler guy. Something to make it feel a little spicy in between rounds would be huge. On endless mode, what do you think, Jonah? Like, should we really slowly speed up the ball in the endless mode, or speed up the bricks? I think we've talked about it before. Or do we keep it like this and people just really see how long they can go? I think we talked about having some variations of the oh wait, we have the time though. Which I'm just so good at it. How come my head isn't big? I got the 4th heart. Do I have to get my head biggie? We got it. So much skills. Boom. Boom. Oh, I fell. What point? What would make this? It's the big balls we need. We need the big ones that damage the ground a ton. That I haven't seen. I don't know if they're in this one. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, we're gonna be doing this every Wednesday, by the way. Every Wednesday, playing the latest build. Those are the changes. So lots of big updates. This is the point in game development where you're just making tiny little increments every week, sometimes a bigger change than others. Fixing bugs, finding issues, refining, updating small details. Forgot to remove the power up, Jonah. It's all good, man. Thank you, Jonah, for hanging out. Tripler guy, thank you so much for popping in. And Plasmarance, thank you, my friend, for subscribing. And leave some comments below. What would you like to hear more of? Would you like some just only chatting ones where we just talk about game dev? If you're into game dev, let me know. Subscribe, interact, do all the good stuff. And Triple Guy, we'll see it tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be on the Checkpoint channel where we do lunch playing Mario Maker 2 again. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week.